Hello, YouTube. Yes. Wow, it is a gorgeous Tuesday. I mean, it's beautiful. It's like 75 degrees outside. Such a beautiful day. So as you guys know, doing my walking. Yep, I'm about 30 minutes in. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a quick vlog here. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. How you doing? Such a beautiful day. People are here enjoying the trails. Lady here resting. Yeah, such a beautiful day out here, guys. But yeah, so what a crazy morning. What a crazy morning. So yeah, so what a crazy morning. I mean, so I got passed over on a gig. It happens. You know, we're in such a tough competition, tough industry. You know, the economy is not as great as it once was. So, you know, people just fighting tooth and nail for jobs, you know. It is how it is. You got to stay on the hustle, stay on the grind, you know, not letting all the rejections get you down. So, yeah, it wasn't that made me want to do this video. It was how it was done. So let me give you some context, right? So I was on Fiverr, Upwork, right? You know, if you guys don't know what Upwork and Fiverr are, they're basically services that people could use to find, you know, freelancers to do work. You know, whether it's simple administrations, you know, graphic designs, voiceovers, like whatever it is, you could probably find a freelancer on Upwork or actually Fiverr. But the pay is not always great. The pay is not always great. In fact, the pay is mostly terrible. But in this day and age, you know, people are desperate for money. So what can you do? You know, when you're broken, you need money. Other than stripping and whatever, you know. Sometimes, you know, you got to go where the work is. So, yeah, it was kind of crazy. But yeah, so this lady, she messaged me through Upwork saying how she likes my credentials and stuff like that, that she's looking for a video editor for her YouTube channel. I was like, cool. Funny part is the YouTube channel is not up yet. She is making a YouTube channel and she's looking for a video editor to help her edit it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I messaged her back and, you know, asked her the basic questions like, you know, where are you located? Because if we're not in the same location, then this will be a remote work. And if it's going to be remote, then, you know, we're going to need some way to transfer the files, either through Google Drive, which I have, or Dropbox, you know, other things of that nature. You know, and also what kind of YouTube video this is going to be, you know, what type of content you're going to be making, you know, what's the time frame, you know, just the generic questions, you know, generic questions that every video editor should ask. You know, what's your time frame, location, pay rates, you know, what are you looking for? Do you want graphics, not graphics, color correction, you know, like just the basic things that every video editor asks. You know, it's a basic list. It's a basic checklist, basically. And so I asked her these questions, waited for a reply. The next day, she replied back, and she was like, no. She wanted me, so she sent me a reference. So she sent me a reference of what is really being popular now on actually YouTube. So what people are doing now, which is apparently it's a real popular niche now, is they're using multiple AI softwares. I don't know why they call them AIs, because they're not AIs. They're pretty much like large language models, which is not the same as AI, but you know, for marketing and stuff like that, they're using AI. So basically what it is they're using AI service called ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure everybody heard it. And they're using that to create folklore stories, right? And then after that, they basically are using another service called Midjourney, which is a AI image generation service. And they are using that to generate images. And then they're using either voiceover actors or AI generated voiceover actors to basically narrate the entire story and basically using the AI images, as a visual aid. So people, and that's how these videos are being made. So I was like, okay, this is completely 180. This was not what I was expecting. This is not what I was expecting, because I was expecting like her to send me actual footage that she shot herself and a script. So I was like, okay. So I messaged her back, being real honest. I'm not going to lie to a client. And I honestly told her, look, I'm not familiar with these services. I don't use these services. I am used to working with actual shot footage, either on a red camera or a cell phone or any type of camera. So that's what I'm used to. I'm used to editing, raw camera footage, not AI generated images, because it's not really the same. The concept is the same, but it's very different because images, they're static. They're static images. So I was real honest with her, but she was like, she was very adamant. She was like, yeah, but I really like your skills and stuff. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I was like, what is the pay? She was like, yeah, so the pay is going to be $40 a video. I was like, okay, that's a little low. I was like, okay, $40 a video. Okay. I was like, okay, for a 3, 5, 10-minute video. All right, that's not bad. It's still very low, but this is Upwork. This is Fiverr, it's profits is like not thing. Whereas, especially for first timers and people who haven't been doing freelance in this type of services for a very long time. So I was like, okay, I need to build up my resume anyway. So I was like, okay, $40. All right. I was like, I'll use this as an experiment. So I told her, yeah, this is going to take a while for us to vibe and gel, figure stuff out, especially on my end, because I don't use these services. So I don't know, I don't know the ins and outs, stuff like that. So it's going to take me a little while to figure stuff out to create, quality stuff. Because I was like, the one thing that people on YouTube like is quality, quality audio, quality video. They don't just want junk, especially with all this AI controversy with stolen copyright work from artists and stuff like that. It's not something I truly want to be a part of, but I was like, you know what, as an experiment to try to enhance my resume, enhance my portfolio, I will do it because, money's money. So she gave me a very brief description on how to use these services, blah, blah, blah. It turns out Midjourney is not free. It is not free. You have to pay for it. It's about $10 a month, and it only allows you to generate roughly 150 to 200 images. I was like, okay, that's fine. She sent me the audio file, and it's a 25-minute audio file of the story. I was like, holy crap. I was like, the sample she sent me was like 3 minutes. I was like, okay, like this got real quick. So she wants long-term storytelling. And then she was like, yeah, so I want to do daily and weekly uploads. I was like, whoa, like, okay. I was like, this is gonna be quite interesting. You want daily, weekly uploads, okay, for stuff that I never used before. All right, we're gonna give this a shot. Obviously, it took longer than a day because the first batch of images that I sent her, she did not like. The second batch that I sent her, she did not like. The third batch of images that I sent her and how I structured the video, she liked. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. All right. So I saved the prompts that I used. I was like, okay, I use this prompt and stuff like that. She didn't want artistic. She wanted realistic photography. So I kind of added that into the prompt. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. I was like, Jesus Christ, all it is for $40. It's like, whew, this is a lot of work trying to figure out. Eventually I went over the limit because of how many times she did not like images and stuff like that. So I went over the $200 limit. So I had to put in another $10 to basically give me an extra $100. So I was like, I'm already $20 into this. So my profit already is cut in half from 40 to actually 20. So, and then me and her got talking, and we were talking, and I was like, if everybody's doing the same thing, right? Everybody's doing the same thing. It's going to be hard for you to stand out because YouTube algorithm, works on, okay, somebody's real happy. Somebody's real happy. So like the way YouTube algorithm works is not only do you have to create content pretty rapidly, but like they're just here have a good time on the bridge because I'm telling you, it's such a beautiful day, guys. It's like 75 degrees outside, so it's not too hot, it's not too cold. Like the 70s. Got hit by a mosquito. Such a great thing. But where was I? Yeah, so I was already $20 in. Jesus, damn mosquitoes. I was already $20 in. And, it took a lot of revisions to finally get around. So me and her got talking because I was like, okay, to grow your channel quickly so that way you could be monetized. Because if you want to pay me, daily, weekly uploads, it's gonna, $40 per video, weekly, daily, whatever, it's gonna get pricey, especially if you're not generating the amount of views and the amount of subscribers that you need. Because YouTube, obviously they don't start monetizing until you reach about 500 subscribers and about 30,000, give or take 30,000 watch hours or 10,000 watch hours accumulated. So you need to be creating massive amount of content and just generating massive amount of buzz, through social media and stuff like that. If she's willing to do that, fine. Then, for $40 a week or whatever, $40 a day for 3, 4, 5 days, that's about $120, $160, $200 a week. Counts to about $800 a month, give or take. But, by the time we get there, it's, she's not going to be able to actually pay me $40, $40 a day or $40 a week, whatever, unless she has like secondary form of income that she could spare to basically generate the money. So, me and her were talking, and I was like, you really need to stand out, because I was already Googling. I was like, dude, this niche is taking off like crazy. There are so many channels now doing this. There's literally, just in like a day, I literally counted at least almost 100 YouTube channels dedicated to just this niche, using AI images to tell stories. So I was like, you're already way behind the game now. So you need to start figuring out what can we do to stand out. So she came up with this idea to animate the images. I was like, animate the images. So now, not only do you want me to create these images, you want me to animate them. I was like, that's very difficult and time consuming too. She was like, okay, no. She was like, there's this AI software that does it for you. I was like, okay. I was like, there's an AI software that does it for me. I was like, all right. So she sent me the link to it, and it's another AI service. Another AI service. And not only that, this service you have to pay. You have to pay. Because the free version only allows for, I think it's like 4 video, the free version goes by credits, and they only give you like 40 to 80 credits or something like that. And each video you want to generate from the images, uses like 8 to 10 credits. But here's the thing. We're talking about a 25-minute video, right? A 25-minute video. And the image that comes out that is being converted to a motion video, right? To a motion gift. It's only about 3 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds at best. So I was like, okay. So I explained this to her. I was like, look, I'll give it my best shot, but this is getting pretty pricey here. And she was like, no, I'll cover your expenses. I was like, all right, you're going to cover my expenses. All right. That's what she claims. She's going to cover my expenses. So I gave it a shot. The motions were horrible. The motions were horrible because, once again, these are not 3D images. These are 2D static images. So it's like the way it warps them to make a move, it's not like, it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like a natural video. So it was like very difficult once again. And also the transcoding time, these are not instant. These are not instant, especially when you're free. These, for a short 3-4 seconds, could take up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because I'm on the free plan. And not only that, it only goes to 720p, and it has a gigantic watermark on the side of the video because it's the free version. And if you want full 1080p and to remove the watermark, you have to pay. So I'm trying to get this all done for her. And this morning, she sent me a message and she was like, hey, this isn't working out because I need daily uploads. I need daily, weekly uploads. And at the rate that we're going, we're never going to get there. I was like, okay. She was like, so I found somebody else that says that they could do it. I was like, all right, fine. She was like, yeah, but here, send me your PayPal and I will send you $20. I was like, really? I was like, okay. I was like, all right. So that is my experience. And it's crazy. I don't think, this is no disrespect to her, but I feel like she, honestly, this is something she could have done herself, especially starting out. This is something she could have done herself because it's like the amount of work, especially for somebody that's not used to Midjourney, and you automatically have to start paying for the services because you're going to run out of time. Even the best AI prompts that you can create, there's so much issues with Midjourney. There's so much issues. I encounter so much issues using Midjourney. It's not even funny. It's crazy. Anatomy wise, these images did not look real. There was obvious deformities with the eyes and the neck and especially the fingers, especially the hand and fingers. There was so many. It was just a nightmare trying to get it. And also consistency. Consistency is a big key in film. And in film and TV and creating content, you know, consistency is a huge thing. Making sure everything feels like a consistency, timeless flow. And Midjourney does not do consistency at all. Every single image was either different people. So there was no like, you know, she has main characters in her stories. They are not being generated accurately. They're not being generated the same at all. It's always different, you know, a different father, a different mother, different, you know, kids. So it was like there was never like a 100% consistency. It was never like a 75% consistency. Like every image, it was just a pain to create that consistency. So it was just like, honestly, if she wouldn't have messaged me, I probably would have messaged her and said, look, you know, this is not working out. You know, what you want and what I can provide is just not working out, especially for $40, and especially for something that's this like murky, because it's like you are refusing to use, you know, a cinematographer, a photographer, you know, a cinematographer. You're refusing to use a photography expert, you know. You are refusing to use artists. I mean, you know, you're going the cheap route. You're going the cheap route to make money for yourself. So it was like, you know, I didn't feel comfortable doing this because it was like, it was so messed up. Like she's taking away, you know, somebody's money. So it was very, honestly, it was like, it was so hard to really do this, especially, you know, after Comic-Con, after seeing all those artists in Comic-Con. It was so crazy, like interacting with them and stuff like that, just having a great time with them, talking about, you know, our creative passions and writing. You know, it was really hard to see like she's only looking out for herself, basically. And it's just crazy, like, especially doing all that work for $40. Especially when you, like, if you know how YouTube works, she's not going to grow her channel overnight. Like, I do not know how she got this idea that she's going to be, like, raking in thousands of dollars. Like, she probably, like, watched one of these YouTube videos that I constantly am seeing of these, like, hey, you can make, you know, $6,000 a day or $10,000 a month using, you know, AI and using Midjourney. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You see it all the time too. I'm pretty sure she saw one of those videos and was like, yeah, I could do this too. And it's like, no, it does not work like that. No, eventually, if you're consistent, maybe, but it's still a maybe. It's like lightning in a bottle, because it's like, look how many YouTube channels already existed by the time she messaged me about it. By the time I was doing research on it to try to figure out what she was asking me to do, there was already hundreds of YouTube channels doing the exact same thing. And it was like, I was like, okay, like, lady, you know, it's just not going to be, you know, a cakewalk. This is going to be a lot of long hours, you know, creating videos, converting them into shorts and reels and stuff like that, you know, putting up the YouTubes on social media and stuff like that. Like, this is not something you will be able to do and instantly get gratification, you know, instantly start making money. It's something that's going to take a while. So, I mean, that was my morning. That was my morning, guys. It was an interesting morning. Yeah, so, you know, once again, guys, thank you so much for listening. I'm gonna do those selfish puns, those selfish plugs in. If you like this video, if you like my walking and vlogging, if you like me, you know, ranting about stuff, You know, hit that YouTube like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, do all the YouTube algorithm stuffs, because that's how you get noticed. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy today. It's such a beautiful day today. Look at this beautiful sky. I mean, it's like 75 degrees outside, but yeah. Enjoy the day. Enjoy life. Be grateful that you're alive. Be happy you're alive. And don't let the negativity get you down, guys. Have a good day.